If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. Always remind yourself that you might not be the smartest or better than others in terms of your starting point. But you must try 3, 4, or even 10 times harder than others. I haven't found any better way than through effort, persistence, endurance, and continuous striving to achieve your goals, especially when you start off at a disadvantage. Everyone has a dream, and I believe you do too. Whether it's big or small, achieving that dream will bring you happiness. However, not everyone puts in the effort to achieve their dreams. After a few setbacks, you often lose faith in your dreams and think about giving up. I am sorry to say this, but I don't believe giving up is the right decision on the path to achieving your dreams. One of the things that drive us to success is belief. Belief has an immense, hidden power that helps us achieve our goals every day. Do you know that in ancient battles, before going to war, the soldiers didn't choose the sharpest weapons or the heaviest armor? The most important thing they did was to strengthen their belief. They always had faith that they would win, that they would defeat their enemies. Because belief leads to action. Weak belief leads to weak actions, while strong belief pushes and drives actions to decisively pursue the goal. A soldier with weak belief cannot go to war with unbeatable strength. A player without belief in victory will not have excellent performances. A leader without belief in themselves cannot lead an organization. Therefore, to realize your dreams, you must build belief in what you are doing, of course. Along with action, not just wishful thinking. During your efforts, you will inevitably face failure. You will look at others around you and feel like you are falling behind. Feeling hopeless about yourself. But why not think that you need to try harder, instead of wasting time feeling guilty? To me, success is a process, not a destination. No matter what your goal is, whether it's a house, a luxury car, a happy family, or a successful business, reaching it is only a matter of time. What is more important is the process, the effort you put in to achieve it. It could be waking up early, working late, convincing clients, enduring exhausting physical training, but later, when you look back, you will never regret it and always be grateful for what helped you grow. Moreover, when you succeed, you have your own story to tell. If everything comes too easily, then what is the challenge? If it comes too easily, how can it be called fire to test gold and leather to test strength? Only during the hardest times do you know who can endure until the end. Because the undefeated horse is not the fastest one, but the one who endures the longest. People don't care much about you as much as you think. Focus on what you do and try to get 1% better every day. Ignore the criticisms of those around you. And until you succeed, people will start paying attention to you. At first, they may laugh at you, but over time, they will start supporting you and eventually admire you. Work hard in silence, and let your results speak for themselves. You don't need to announce to the world what you're doing because you're already accomplishing it. All results will speak for themselves. Those who boast too early, while they're still in the middle of the race, often fail because they are overconfident. These people often have nothing to fear. The person you should fear is the one who silently and tirelessly works every day. And when they achieve their results, everyone around them will be surprised and admire them. Limits are there to break through. Limits are formed by your own thoughts. As Hamid Gunny once said, it seems impossible until it's done. Remember the many things you initially thought were difficult. But when you did them, you felt genuinely excited. When you couldn't run 1 kilometer, it really seemed too hard. But when you could run 3 kilometers, you found that running 5 kilometers was possible. 1 kilometer is no longer your limit. When you couldn't wake up at 6 a.m., it felt really tiring. But when you made it a habit, you started to laugh when someone said waking up at 6 a.m. was difficult. And so, you break through the limits you set for yourself. And gradually, you'll believe in yourself more and feel motivated to conquer the next goal. During your efforts, you will encounter failures. I understand this feeling. And you know what? Failure is part of the game. And the longer the path, the more difficult it is. Failure is a step to help you go further. Take each step with your foot. Fail, and learn valuable lessons that bring you closer to your goal. It's a long journey, and when you choose to walk along the long road filled with hardship and challenges, You will have to accept risks. I will just sit back and smile at those who boast and only play short-term games to prove themselves. If you only participate in short-term games, you will quickly collapse because this life is very long. No one knows what the future will hold and what will happen. It is the inner strength within you that will help you rise above those challenges. We often look at those next to us and complain about ourselves. We think they are going faster than us. That's a big mistake, called comparison. Comparison will kill you. Every minute you spend comparing yourself to others, you are wasting your own time. Time that could be used to improve yourself and become better. You are wasting precious time. Everyone has their own goal. What's important is that we focus on it instead of focusing on the goals or achievements of others. What you should worry about is whether you're moving toward your goal, not whether you're falling behind others. Your friend has gone far. But how far is he really? How can you compare when each person is different? Even if your journey is slower, achieving your goal will bring you much more happiness than just imitating someone else. Thomas Edison conducted over 10,000 experiments before he invented the electric light bulb for the world. J.K. Rowling was rejected 12 times before the magnificent Harry Potter series came out. So, remind yourself that your results are still small, and you need to try and be more persistent. Every success you see in others is just the surface. Behind that success is effort, tears, sweat, rejection, doubt, fear, failure, criticism, hardship, mistakes, lessons, and humiliation. There are many other words to describe the preparation that takes place in the shadows. In silence, you want to become like someone else. But are you willing to go through the same hardships, challenges, and difficulties they went through? Are you ready to endure the same pain they once did? We often criticize and envy others, but few are willing to endure the struggles of the successful ones. Criticism is easy, admiration is easy, but you too must have your own hardships on your way to success. Focus on your own struggles, the efforts in silence, and your actions. Throughout my career, I've missed over 9,000 shots, lost nearly 300 games, and been trusted with the game-winning shots 26 times but missed. I've failed time and again, and that's why I succeed. The power of patience and consistency. One of the most underestimated qualities on the road to success is patience. In a world that celebrates instant gratification and quick results, patience becomes a rare virtue. But true success, the kind that lasts and transforms your life, is rarely immediate. It requires consistent effort day after day, sometimes with little or no visible progress. Patience means trusting the process even when you can't see the outcome yet. It means waking up every morning and committing to your goals, no matter how small the steps may seem. Consistency compounds over time, turning tiny efforts into massive achievements. Remember the bamboo tree that takes 5 years to grow underground before shooting up 80 feet in just 6 weeks. Your success may look invisible during those early years, but beneath the surface, you are growing, preparing, and strengthening yourself to reach new heights. So, be patient with yourself. Don't rush the journey or get discouraged by slow progress. Celebrate the small wins and keep building momentum. Success is a marathon, not a sprint, and the key is to stay steady, stay focused, and never give up. Here are some famous examples in history that illustrate the motivational ideas you shared about persistence. Overcoming failure, belief, and effort. Thomas Edison. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's countless experiments eventually led to inventing the practical electric light bulb. His persistence through repeated failure is a classic example of never giving up. Abraham Lincoln. Before becoming the 16th President of the United States, Lincoln faced many defeats in elections and business failures. But he kept trying and eventually led the country through its greatest crisis. The Civil War. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, was rejected by 12 publishers before finally getting published. Her story shows how belief in oneself and persistence can lead to extraordinary success. Nelson Mandela. Spending 27 years in prison did not stop Mandela from fighting apartheid in South Africa. His unbreakable spirit and belief in justice led to him becoming the country's first black president. Walt Disney. Disney was once fired for lacking imagination, and went bankrupt multiple times before creating the Disney Empire. His story is about turning failure into a stepping stone. Michael Jordan, considered the greatest basketball player of all time. Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of giving up, he worked harder and eventually won 6 NBA championships.